it's a little calmer during the week. You know, the kids can get on, get their chit-chat with Santa Claus done and get to bed early enough. But as we get closer to Christmas, the nights get long, and you might have to wait just a little bit in that queue. But we got another station out of Illinois with Graceland, who's joined us to talk to Santa tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting a little bit excited. We're getting closer to the top of the hour, and Santa's going to be here soon. I can't wait. CQSanta.com. So, let's see. Maybe Bob's out there. November 1, I'm trying to think of the call sign for crying out loud. India Lima Foxtrot, I think it was. ILF. Are you out there, Bob? No, I'm not hearing Bob. All right, I'll send it back to you, Rimmel.
Kilo Echo 8, Papa Victor Lima, standing by for net. Ladies, gentlemen, and anyone who's ever been trapped on a Leviathan filled with peacekeepers, welcome to the Wednesday Night Jokenet here on the 146895 repeater. I am Kilo Echo 8, Papa Victor Lima, your net control for the evening. My name is Nemo, November Echo Mike Oscar, and I am located in Denmark Township. Before I go any further, is there anyone that needs this repeater for emergency or priority traffic? All right, nothing heard. If anybody does need the repeater for emergency or priority traffic, please break in at any time. With break and your call sign, we will concede the repeater for the duration of your emergency. Again, this is the Wednesday Night Jokenet here on the 146895 repeater. This net meets every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on this repeater. And the purpose of this net is to make each other laugh, coming up with crazy punchlines for this week's joke. This is a 3-round net, so please stick around. You may miss something. Before I go down the list of regular check-ins, let me also say that this repeater is owned and operated by Tom, NHCT, and it is available for public use. You can get to this repeater via Echolink, and the node for that is W8IJC-L. If you're on RF, the repeater has a standard offset and a PL tone of 141.3. Please treat the repeater like it has a 2-minute timeout and allow for clean breaks between transmissions. Other than that, we will be good to go. Let me take a quick break for time, and we'll go down the list of regular check-ins. We'll see who all's here tonight. All right, starting off the top of the list, I got Jeff, KC8 LAR. Very good, Jeff. Thank you for being here tonight. Always appreciate that. We'll reach out to Wayne, Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet. All right. Well, we haven't heard from him in a couple nuts now. Hopefully he's doing okay. I know I've talked to him on the radio at least once over the last 2 weeks. And he has sent me a couple text messages here and there, so I know he's doing okay. So hopefully he'll be joining us sometime soon. We'll reach out to Dan, N8DRL.
Well, I'm somewhere between here and there, N8DRL.
All right, well, we'll take party over here and party over there. That's all right. We can do that. We'll reach out to Cleveland Heights and go to Dave, K8TIE.
Good evening, Nemo. Good evening, Net. I hope we have some really good, funny questions and answers tonight. KATA, back to net control.
W8IJC link.
All right, me too. I'm always looking forward to what we come up with every week. We'll try Sunny KD8 LHR.
KD8LHR, I am here tonight.
All right, very good, sir. And I heard that photo went good for you today. And man, good on you for doing that down there. Hope Brian's doing okay too. All right, we'll keep on going to Ken, KE8YBN.
KE8YBN. We're here, Nemo. Identify. Like that.
All right, very good, Ken, and thank you as always for bringing that awesome cake to the meeting. That was well appreciated. I definitely needed the energy boost that night. We'll go down to Jim, KE8LFR.
KE8LFR, present. But if you're calling me, Nemo, and I don't answer, it's because, excuse me, waiting on the wife to get here, and she'll need some help unloading the car. But back to net.
All right, very good. Well, if we don't hear you on the first time around, we'll circle back to you. I'll make sure you stay on the list. Next on the list is my neighbor down the road, Frank, KE8ZHH.
KE8ZHH, perfect.
All right, got you locked in there, Frank. Good chatting with you this morning, too. Thanks for riding with me around a little bit. We'll go down to Drew, Alpha 8, Delta Lima. Okay, nothing heard there. Well, hopefully he's, I know he got a deer. Hopefully he's done processing it. He'll join the net again one day soon. We'll go down to Ruth, Ruth Ann, KE8ZVO.
I'm glad you caught that. KE8ZVO here tonight.
All right, always a pleasure having you. Let's go out to Hiram, W8KNO.
Good evening. Oh, I'm also here. Thank you.
All right. Hopefully the snow isn't treating you too bad down there. We've been getting pounded up here pretty good, but I think maybe it didn't get that far. Well, maybe you can let us know later. We'll get down to the check-ins, get them out of the way. We'll try KE8 or K8 SAS. Steve, are you with us tonight? All right, nothing heard there. Hopefully he's doing okay. Maybe his Echolink's acting up. We'll go to Jerry, N3, EVT. All right, nothing heard. He checked in with us last week. He was in and out, but I think he did answer the joke question. We'll go to Joe, W8KNO. Or, I'm sorry, wrong Joe. We'll go to Joe, KE8DNF. Okay, nothing heard. That's the list as I have it. Is there anybody I missed or anybody that would like to check into the Wednesday Night Jokenet? Please call.
KE8QWT, this is Tom. Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet.
All right, very good, Wayne. Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet, I got you in there. And Tom, KE8, could you go with the suffix, please?
KE8QWT.
All right, Queen Whiskey Golf, got you in there. Thank you for checking in with us tonight. Appreciate it. One more call out to anybody else who wants to check in. I thought I heard somebody in there. Give it one more try. I don't think you quite held the repeater. Okay, nothing heard. Well, we'll give him a chance a little later on. We take some breaks and ask for more check-ins as the net goes on, so they'll have some time to do that. If that was somebody else actually trying to get in, appreciate you just hanging out and listening, everybody who's on participating on the repeaters and listening on the internet and through other means, scanners and all that. Appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and get into this week's joke. So this week's joke, what do you call ducks that live at the North Pole? This week's joke, what do you call ducks that live at the North Pole? And I can't start with Frank. I've been starting with him too often. So we'll put Ruth Ann in the hot seat. Thank you for being here tonight. And thank you for being in the hot seat. Ruth Ann, what do you call ducks that live at the North Pole?
Well, it's not the hot seat, it's the cold seat. And I think they're just frozen in place. KEACVO.
All right, frozen in place. I like that one. That's a good start to the night. We'll go over to Joe, W8KNO. Good to have you with us again, sir. And what do you call ducks that live at the North Pole?
I have no idea. I can't think of anything. I'll just go to the listen and learn room.
All right, very good. Tom, KE8QWG, thank you for joining us with Net tonight. Appreciate you being here. I don't recognize the call sign, but we'll go to you. What do you call a duck that lives at the North Pole?
I think I'm with the last guy here. I have no idea, but I'm thinking some pretty cold ducks.
All right, cold ducks it is. So frozen and cold ducks, we got those. Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet. Wade, good to have you with us tonight. And what do you call ducks that live at the North Pole?
A cold quacker.
All right, I think you said, I'm sorry, come one more time. I know you said quacker. I didn't hear the rest of it.
Cold quacker.
All right, we got a cold quacker and some frozen ducks. Jeff, KC8LAR, good to have you tonight, sir. What do you call a duck or ducks that live at the North Pole?
Oh, that's a good question. I think Wade and I were thinking along the same lines. I was going to say Chilean quackers, but it could have been polar bear bait. I'm not sure which. KC8LAR, back to net control.
All right. Well, wouldn't chili crackers and polar bear bait be the same thing? It depends on what you make it with, I guess. Dan, N8DRL, good to have you with us, sir. I hope things are going good for you down in the valley there. What do you call ducks that live at the North Pole?
Kind of sounds like frozen quackers to me.
All right, more frozen quackers. We got those in there. We'll go to Dave, K8TIE, out there in Cleveland Heights. Dad, great to have you tonight. What do you call ducks that live at the North Pole?
Took a little bit to get through there. I call them bird's eye frozen entrees. KETA, back to net control.
All right, frozen entrees. Yeah, man, I like some pressed duck and some steamed duck and all kinds of duck. I don't know. I guess you got to freeze them sometime. We'll go down to KD8 LHR. Sonny, good to have you with us tonight, sir. And what do you call ducks that live at the North Pole?
Stupid.
I could have thought of another word that started with an R, but I'm glad you used stupid. Very good. KE8YBN, Ken, good to have you tonight, sir. Down there in Andover, hopefully everything's going good for you. What do you call ducks that live at the North Pole?
Well, sir, that really isn't a cool one.
thinking along the lines of ducks.
That's W8IJC Link.
That's a chill one. Back to
All right, I think you said duxicle. Is that right?
Yep, duxicle.
All right, very good. Sorry, the station ID came through over you just a little bit there. So I wanted to make sure I got it scribbled down in the notebook correctly. We'll go down to Jim, KE8LFR. Good to have you with us tonight, sir. And what do you call ducks that live at the North Pole?
Good evening, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Man, I really don't know. Quasi quackers? Who would want to live there? Back to net.
All right, we got one for crazy quackers and lots of quackers, frozen quackers and quackers, and we'll go down to Frank, KE8ZHH. Thank you for being here tonight, sir. And what do you call ducks that live at the North Pole?
This is K8CHH. Once again, I have an answer that I can't say over radio, but I got another answer to replace it, so dead. My answer is dead ducks. Back to Amigo and net control.
All right, very good. That's probably the end result of whenever they get up there. I don't know of any ducks that actually migrate to and from the North Pole at all. That's a pretty long ways, but there are some birds that do it, I guess. But once they get their ducks, I would imagine they'd be dead. All right, this is K8 PVL with the Wednesday Night Jokenet. Before I get into the answers, is there anybody else that would like to check in? Please call.
And 3, EBB if I'm making it.
And 3, PBB, Larry, got you in there. Thank you for checking in with us tonight. I appreciate it. We're blessed to have you 2 weeks in a row. Man, that's awesome. We'll go right to you. What do you call ducks that live at the North Pole?
That's a good question. I don't know, duxicles, I guess. I'll go with that.
All right, one for duxicles. One more call out to anybody who wants to check in. Please call. Okay, and the answer to this week's joke, what do you call ducks that live at the North Pole? Well, what I have is Christmas quackers. Christmas quackers. But the rest of you got some really good ones too, and they all fall right in line with that. Big points for everybody tonight. Okay, let me, well, I got a list here tonight, guys, so please bear with me while I go through the list of announcements. There's quite a bit of stuff I decided to put on the list. Most of it's relevant. So just bear with me for a minute. Let me break for time and I'll get right into it. All right, the area's District 10 Training Net, Ashtabula County Emergency Services Net is every Monday night at 8 p.m. on the 146715 repeater. That repeater has a standard negative offset and a PL tone of 141.3 and an Echolink node of N8CT-L. Also, the Ashtabula County Amateur Radio Club's weekly net is Thursday nights at 8 p.m. over on that repeater. Again, 146715. It's got a negative offset, PL tone 141.3, and an Echolink node of N8CT-L. Hey, please take a minute and drive by the lights on 193 there. They're up at 4880 State Route 193. They're a great Christmas lights display. And if you could stop in there on December 15th between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. before their lights get turned on for their show there, they're going to have a little flea market thing, get together. They're doing some cool stuff out on the internet. Check out their Facebook page if you can. That's my shameless plug for them because I like them and they're doing something cool. All right. Amigos Radio Club, Ashtabula is going to be sitting over at Winter Field Day, January 25th and 26th. And just a reminder to everybody, that's going to be not just a 24-hour event. That's going to be like a 30-hour event now because they're extending the time. So I'll keep everybody lucid on the time as we get closer to it. But please join us over there if you can. We're going to be at the Jefferson Conservation Club. That's going to be 3600 Stanhope-Kelloggsville Road over here in Kingsville. Good facility for us to do Winter Field Day. We'll have a big potluck, and we're looking forward to seeing a bunch of people there. Let me break. All right, Amigos Radio Club, Ashtabula. We had our monthly meeting last Saturday there at that same location. And congratulations, Frank, KE8ZHH, for stepping up and becoming a trustee for the radio club. We appreciate you. We're looking forward to having you do good things on the team. And, man, it's good to have you as a member of the club as well. You've definitely been an asset, and we appreciate you, man. All right, coming up this weekend, ARRL 10-meter QSO contest is coming up. That's 0 UTC time on December 14th, all the way through to 23:59 UTC time on December 15th. The band will be busy, I am sure. So there's probably going to be a lot of contacts to be made there. And then also another really cool thing that happens in amateur radio, and I love listening to this, is every evening, starting at Thanksgiving all the way to Christmas, is the Santa Net over on the HF bands. The frequency for that's 3916 megahertz, and they usually get started rolling in with check-ins at 7 p.m. Central Time, which is like 8 p.m. our time, so that's pretty cool. And it's actually really fun to just listen to. You can find it through a web SDR node if you know what those are, or if you go to, I believe it's called thesantanet.com. I could be wrong about that, but they have a link to a YouTube live stream that they use, that they've set up now for it this year. Some guys started finally figuring out that there's YouTube out there. All right, let me take another break for time, and then we'll get into why everybody's really here.
Nemo, could you repeat that frequency for me, please?
Oh, absolutely. For the Santa Net, that's going to be on 3.916. Now, when I listened to it a little earlier, they were down a little bit. I think they were actually on 3.8, but maybe they were right in that range. But 3.916 is when they try and get it, is where they try and get it going on. Of course, you know, it's ham radio. Somebody might be using that frequency, you know, whatever. So up and down a little bit. You'll find it in there if you know how to use your radio. All right. Did you copy that there, Sonny?
Yes, sir. Much appreciated. Thank you. Back to net control.
Absolutely. Anytime. Glad to be of help. Let's start at the list here. We'll go right over to Ruth Ann. Wonderful having you here tonight. Always appreciate you being here. What do you got for us this evening? KE8ZVO, go ahead.
Oh, this is my big week to be on net control. I had it on Monday for Aries, and tomorrow night Joan is singing in Ashtabula someplace, so asked for a substitute. So you'll hear me tomorrow night, and Saturday we've got Aries. I'm babysitting grandkids on Friday. That's always fun. And I guess that's about all I need to offer. And hello to everybody on the net. KE8ZVO, back to you.
All right, very good. So you'll be doing the weekly Thursday night net for the Ashtabula County Amateur Radio Club. That's awesome over there on the 146715 repeater for anybody else who's listening. And hey, maybe we should all just join in there, make sure they get good numbers that night. That would be a nice, sporty-like thing to do, as like a British person might say. Okay, we'll keep on going. W8KNO, Joe down there in Hiram, thanks for being there tonight. What do you got for us, sir?
Well, good evening, Nemo, and good evening, everyone else. If you were talking about the snow, we didn't have as much as you did up north. So I had 8 inches last Wednesday night, 5 more inches on Thursday night. So we had just over a foot, and it all melted. and I got to see all the green grass again. So that's the story from here. Back to you, Nemo.
All right, Joe. Well, I'm glad to hear you got green grass. We do too for now, but because the rain moved in today, melted off the last of the top stuff. At least where I'm at, a little farther north, it's not quite that good. There's still some snow on the ground up there, but now they're saying as the lake effect is settling in, we might get another 12 inches before sometime tomorrow's over. Which, that won't be as bad as what we just got. I'll deal with it as long as that's, I'll take it down here for all you guys up by the lake. You can give me your 12 inches and it can skip right over you. I'll be okay. All right, next on the list, we've got Tom, KE8, Queen, Whiskey Golf. Good to have you with us tonight, sir. Don't recognize your call sign, so welcome to the net. Appreciate you being here. What do you got for us?
Well, thank you there, Nemo. I've been doing a lot of just hanging around and doing a lot of snow removal. I'm down here in Shekel Township, and glad to see the green grass. So I got my license a couple years ago. I've been doing a lot of listening and learning, and so I'm doing a lot of studying, just learning and trying to figure it all out. So hello to everybody, and back to you, Nemo.
All right, very good. Well, I'm not long into the field myself. I think I'm working on 4 years now, maybe right around there. And you know, I'm kind of a both feet in person. Do as much as I can in the things that I can do. So I'm right there with you on that. Try and listen and learn and do the things. But definitely welcome to the net. We look forward to having you be a regular. All right, we'll go down to Wayne, Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet. I saw they were moving some stuff around up there, snow-wise, in the harbor and up towards the lake. They're getting it cleared out. Hopefully you're doing okay. Go ahead with it, sir.
Yeah, I finally have everything all cleared out that I need cleared out for the snow. So we're supposed to get more snow tomorrow. So we'll see what we get. Hopefully it's no more than a foot, but it's what it is. Everyone be safe tomorrow. It's supposed to be cold as well, so bring out those winter coats. That's about it tonight. So back to net control, Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet.
All right, very good. Appreciate that. And let's see, we'll keep on going. We'll go up to Jeff, KC8, LAR. Good to have you with us tonight, my friend. And what do you got for us tonight?
Good evening, Nemo. Everyone else on the net. Not a whole lot tonight. Just trying to relax a little bit before I got to head back out and pick up the youngest Spawn from work and bring him home. But yeah, getting a little relaxation. Got the gear going in the shack. Finally got the new to me radio set up. So bonus there. So. Been practicing my CW and trying to get ready for the VHF contest next month. So we're going to give a try at that. Even if we only make one contact, it's still can't do nothing if you don't throw your hat in the ring, right? So with that, we'll toss it back to net control. This is KC8LAR.
Yeah, very good. Not trying's already a loss. That's the way I look at it. And trying, at least you can PR your way to the top if that's the way you got to do it. That's the best way. I'm getting some social media dings here, and it's kind of funny, but the one that matters most is I got somebody listening on Scanner, and they accurately guessed the mystery show of the day today. Just letting everybody know we're still doing that. I know I don't announce it much, but if you want to win a coffee cup, just guess the mystery show from the opening monologue there, and we'll get that to you. All right. We'll keep on going, though. Dan, N8DRL, good to have you with us tonight, sir. Always a pleasure. Thank you for dropping this radio off for me, or letting me come get it. It's sitting on top of my desk here, right on top of the other radio, almost ready for me to set it up. What do you got for us tonight, sir? Dan, N8DRL, are you still with us? right, nothing heard. Maybe he went down the hall. That's all right. We can circle back to him in a minute. We'll go down to out to Cleveland Heights. Dave, K8TIE, good to have you with us tonight, Dad. What do you got?
I ran into the problems on the trivia net this morning. In the last couple of days, the signal strength seems to be a little bit weak from the repeater. I don't know whether it's a repeater problem or something happened with the antenna. But I get into the repeater okay, and other people are getting into the repeater, but I know that's a whole array of remote inputs, and who knows whether or not the outputs are somewhat distributed also, making it a weaker signal in Cleveland Heights. But since my transceiver is FM, the IF does limit. Therefore, it's the same volume, except the weaker stations seem to get a little bit of frying noise on them. I get a strength 5 instead of 9. So that's kind of got me curious about that repeater down there. But everybody seems to be using it okay. So that's one of my things here. Ready for time?
W8IJC link.
Trying to get my digital storm up and a couple of other things, and preparing for the holidays. I was glad to hear of the holiday-oriented answer for the tonight's joke. KTIE, back to net control.
All right, very good. Man, sounds like there's something going on there. I know sometimes they, with the wind and everything, they're way up on that tower. Sometimes things get knocked around over there. But they do have a great repeater, that's for sure, and it stretches all the way across really from the other side of Cuyahoga County there all the way out here. So that's a huge footprint for any repeater in this area, and we're lucky to have it. All right, we'll keep on going. Down the list here, we'll go down to Sunny, KD8LHR. Great to have you with us tonight, my friend. What do you got for us?
Well, I'm going to leave the chat to the chat and what I said in there. But I'll leave that to that. I can't. That's just hilarious. Oh man. But yeah, we got Winterfield Day coming up, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, guys. Just to let you know that the hours have changed. They are going to be extended to 30 hours this time. So start time is going to be earlier and end time a little bit later. Just a little bit. I think, an hour or something, 1600 to, where is that? I had it here in front of me and then I lost it. Because Nemo. I can't remember. I can't find it. Let me look. I'll keep looking and I'll find it. But the hours have changed so that everybody knows. It's going to be 30 hours instead of 24 hours. Okay, here it is. Notable changes for Winterfield Day event. Let me break for time. Event times have changed, and the event has been extended beyond 24 hours. Okay, so what it says here, Winterfield Day is held the last full weekend of January, for 2025. As we all know, it will be held January 25th and 26th. The 30-hour operational period starts at 1600 UTC on Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern on the 25th, and ends at 21:59 UTC on Sunday, the 26th, and that would be 4:59 p.m. Eastern. Stations may begin setting up no earlier than 1600 UTC, that's 11 p.m. on Friday. However, cumulative setup time shall not exceed 12 hours. So just so that everybody knows, the hours has changed. So instead of being there by noon, want to be there a little bit earlier. Let's see, what else did I notice in here other than the digital modes? FT8 and FT4, no. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember how many stations we're going to actually have up and running. Let me break for time one more time. All stations are limited to a 100-watt PEP. QRP is probably recommended to be better for multiplier reasons. That's for those of us or those of you that would like to go for points and stuff like that. The whole purpose of field day and winter field day is for emergency communications, emergency preparedness. So for everybody that's going to be showing up and participating, good luck to you and all of us. It does seem that my boss, I did talk to my boss, and it seems like she is going to approve my time off, so I will more than likely be there the full weekend. Not sure who's bringing stations, what stations are coming, what antennas are being brought, what antennas are being set up, or anything like that. So we got one more meeting to figure all that out. KD8LHR, back to net. And by the way, it's long-tailed ducks do live up in the Arctic area, North Pole and all that. And the king Adair duck also. I had to look that up because I just had to. But, all right. Let me break for time one more time here. All right, this is KD8LHR, and yes, today I did do an activation. I went and got the PA and Ohio side of Pymatuming this afternoon. KF8, AEG, and myself went out there, and we had successful activations on 1407, the PA side, and 1986, the Ohio side of Pymatuming State Park. And I'll tell you what, after all the activations that I've been doing at Geneva, you wouldn't believe how many times I almost said 1956. But I want to say that we did really well. I think 94 total contacts between the two parks, and it was a good time being had. And we might be going to New York this coming Friday. I definitely am going. Brian may join me. I am not sure if he's going to be able to or not, but I will be going to New York and activating that park, and I will get it done. It's my arch nemesis, and I will defeat my arch nemesis, the Lake Erie State Park up in New York. Dadgummit, I got to get it activated. With that, I'll turn it back over to Net Control, and I'll say thank you for picking me up, Nemo, and 7-3 to you. This is KD8LHR.
All right, Sonny. Yeah, I believe we already registered as an I3, but we could change that up if we need to anytime before go time as far as the winter field day stuff goes. And Ooh, yeah, you want to pile up that snow down this way. We'll all put it in Andrew's yard. Give him an excuse. That way he won't get out for a few more days. Maybe he'll actually get on the radio. W8IJC over there. All right. We'll keep on going down the list. Ken, KE8YBN down there in Andover. Thank you for joining us tonight, sir. What do you got?
Dino, KE8YBN. Today I came across the causeway there from Pennsylvania to Ohio, and looked at the notice sign. It looked like some kind of a big animal, like a dog or something out there on the ice. And as I got closer and closer, it wasn't. It was two four-headed eagles, side by side, a little bit of space, you know. And I had to turn around, I had to come back and take a picture. A picture to the guys here later on that thing, but it's really neat to see two bald eagles out here on the ice. Just full splendor, like in that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that picture. I love bald eagles. Man, I'm so glad we have them in Ohio again. I know it's a fairly new thing to see them in such a large population around here, but I grew up in the Cleveland area and never saw anything more than just a hawk, you know, until I moved all the way out west. Finally got to see eagles flying free for the first time outside of a zoo, and it's really, really awesome. So yes, feel free to send it to me. I love pictures of eagles. We'll keep on going. I still got Jim, KE8LFR, on my list here. Good to have you with us tonight, sir. Hopefully we all drug on long enough that you got your groceries in the door. Go ahead.
No, she hasn't messaged me yet that she's on her way back, so I'm good right now. Not a whole lot going on here. I walked out back today and noticed that my big shed that's out behind my garage, that's like half the size of my garage, no longer has an existing roof. So I guess you know what I'll be doing this weekend. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Glad the snow's melting. Sorry that more's coming, but hey, we're working on the end of December, so I'm not going to fight it. Back to net, KE8LFR.
Yeah, roger that. And we haven't gotten hit. I mean, don't get me wrong, this snow was bad that we went through, but you know, I seem to remember 97, a really big bad snowstorm. I think 98 was a big bad snowstorm, and I think somewhere around 76. I think when I was coming home from school one day, the snow was so tall, I couldn't see where I was going. I actually had to flag a car down, and I was lucky walking home. That happened to be one of my teachers, and she knew where I was at, but I couldn't see over the snow. For me, you know, that's a feat all by itself. All right, even as a young kid. All right, so next on my list, I got Frank, KE8ZHH. Congratulations, sir, and welcome aboard the trustees board there for the Amigos Radio Club Ashtabula. We're looking forward to working with you, and man, it's good to have another member step up and help out on the administrative side. What do you got for us tonight, sir?
Hello, everybody. This is KE8ZHH, and thanks a lot, Nemo. And thanks to everybody in the Amigos Club for letting me step up to be trustee. I'll do my best, and I don't know what all is involved yet, but I'll take it as it comes and do my best. I haven't been doing much lately, just FT8ing and cleaning up the basement, up and down the stairs. Some stuff goes in the garage, some stuff gets burnt, and some stuff gets put away in the house. It's a mess, but I'm making a dent in it. And that's what I've been doing all day today, most and Nemo. 7-3, everybody.
All right, this is KAPVL with the Wednesday Night Jokenet. That was our station identification from the repeater there. Thank you, Frank, for your comments. Yeah, I feel you on the getting things cleaned up. I almost got my desk together today. Not quite, but it's better than it's been in weeks. So I'm a little happier with that now. And, yeah, that could be a chore all by itself, just keeping the desk clean. All right, we'll move over to Larry, N3 PBB. Thank you for being here tonight, sir. What do you got?
Well, we don't have a whole lot. We'll say hello to everybody. And, we probably wouldn't have been on, but we got out of our neuropathy therapy there early tonight, so the wife and I, and so we got home a little earlier tonight so we could check in again. We go usually every other week or whatever. It just depends. So let's see what else. We did a lot of shoveling on the roof there. We live across from an open field there, and the snow hits the peak of the roof and just kind of drops it. So we had about 5 foot of snow on the east side of the roof, and we kind of neglected our tarp shed. So I was going to go out and do it the next morning, and the tarp shed was on the ground, so I guess I got to do some work on that this spring. So everyone have a nice evening. 73 to all. This is N3 PBB. Back to you there, Neil.
Oh, I feel you on the tarp shed thing. I used to have one from wood storage when I first moved into this place out here. A nice big one. It was like a 12 or 14 by 20 plus 20, 22, whatever foot, big green shelter logic. I could pull my truck in there, no problem. It was that big, and I used it for wood storage, and that's exactly what happened. At one night, it got too much snow on it, and the whole thing collapsed. And I spent the rest of the winter digging my wood out of the snow pile from underneath the tarps, and it was a mess. I never got it to go back up right after that, so I eventually gave up on it. But I hope the snow didn't get as bad down by you as it did by us, though, because there were several buildings. My father-in-law's work, his job, the roof collapsed on it. He was out of work for almost a week until they figured out what to do. One of the schools had a building roof collapse up here. I've seen a couple buildings that actually collapsed. There's one on 20, a garage that like completely collapsed. It was bad up here, that's for sure. Glad you're safe and sound though, and the worst you're going to have to deal with is a tent. That rounds out the list as I have it. This is K8PBL with the Wednesday Night Jokenet. Before we get into the discussion round, is there anybody that would like to check in? Please call. All right, nothing heard. Man, I'm going to softball this discussion topic tonight with the holidays coming up. Just interested in what everybody's favorite holiday food is. Mine, I can't get it anymore. It was my mom's fruitcake, and I don't know the recipe for it, or I would start making it. Of course, it involved brandy and more brandy and more brandy, and she would stick those things in the freezer, and every month she'd pull it out, pour another cup of brandy in it, and stick it back in the freezer. I'm always going to miss those. I know most people say they don't like fruitcake, but it was real homemade fruitcake, not the store-bought stuff, and by the time we were allowed to eat it, it was really yummy. So that was my favorite holiday food. So if you got one, throw it out there. We'll be interested in hearing what it is. We'll start with Ruth Ann, KE8ZVO. What's your favorite holiday food?
Probably pfeffernuss cookies from Aldi's. They're only there in the winter, and they're a sort of a gingerbread cookie coated with this little coating of icing, and they're like crunch and soft and chewy. Anyway, I like those. KE8ZVO, back to you.
All right, peppernoose cookies. I haven't actually heard of those, but they sound yummy. We'll go down to Joe W8KNO. Good to have you with us again, sir. And what's your favorite holiday food?
My favorite food is ham, believe it or not. But if we had to go to desserts, I'd probably say lemon meringue pie.
Oh, yeah, hams. Man, I miss raising pigs sort of just for the fresh hams and fresh bacons. That was awesome. I might raise one next summer just so that I can have some for myself. But lemon meringue pie is pretty good too. Tom KE8QWG, good to have you with us, sir. Thank you for being here tonight. What's your favorite holiday food?
Let's see, my favorite holiday food is probably my mother's peanut butter drop candy. Her and my sisters spent about 3 hours whipping that, and when it got done and dried out, you could put it in your mouth, and it would just dissolve. It was just the most amazing stuff. It was so smooth and so silky. It was just beautiful. I look forward to it every year.
Oh, that sounds awesome. As a person who personally has a peanut butter addiction, and many people will tell you that is the case, those sound like one of my favorite things. Would be right up there on the top of the list for sure. All right, Wayne, Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet, what's your favorite holiday food?
Homemade chocolate pie.
A good chocolate pie. Yeah, there's some good ones. The Amish Deli down the road from me, they can make a good chocolate pie. Appreciate that. I like chocolate, just about everything too. So there you go. Jeff, KC8LAR, good to have you, sir. Thank you for hanging in there with us. What's your favorite holiday food?
That's a hard choice. Kids like all food. If I had to narrow it down to one, I would say my favorite holiday food would be Russian tea cakes. Love them things. KC8LAR, back to net control.
All right, Russian tea cakes, very good. I like those too. Man, there's hardly any dessert and foods that I don't like, but I do have my favorites. Dan, N8DRL, are you still with us? What's your favorite holiday food? All right, very good. Well, he usually checks out after the comment round. I'm glad he's doing well. Went down there to visit him. He seemed like he was doing okay. Dave, K8TIE, Dad, good to have you again tonight. And what's your favorite holiday food?
When Squirrel was still with me and with us, she used to make old English fruit cake, which she would pack so much fruit in it that you could hardly find the dough. And he'd put it and keep them kind of moist with apricot brandy we used, although the classic was supposed to be brandy or something like that, but we used the other. And she would do a lot of it, and it would last us halfway through February. I miss that. I really, really miss that. KATIE, back to KE8, PVL, net control.
W8IJC link.
All right, absolutely. I feel you on that. You know, if I had the recipe at all, I would give it a shot because it's been too long. All right, Sonny, KD8LHR, good to have you with us tonight, my brother. What do you got for us? I mean, not what do you got for us, but what is your favorite holiday food? Oh, nothing heard there. Maybe he ran off to study. I know he was talking about kicking his extra studying into high gear, so I know he's been doing that quite a bit. Ken, are you still with us? KE8YBN, what's your favorite holiday food?
Well, Nemo is tossed up between two. One is the spiral cut honey glazed ham. Mouth-watering. And it cannot pass up the good old, oh yeah, sweet potato pie. It's really, really delicious. Mouth-watering.
All right, a good sweet potato pie. I like them too. Always, they're like pumpkin pie. There's always room for them. All right, we've got Jim with us still, I think. K8LFR, what's your favorite holiday food? Okay, nothing heard there. We'll go keep on going down the list to Frank. K8ZHH, you got a favorite holiday food?
Oh yeah, and like Jeff, like a lot, I like eating food, period. But it has to be cheesecake. Yep, that's my favorite. That and ice cream, but I eat ice cream year round, but cheesecake on Christmas. Yeah. Yep, back to net control, Nemo.
All right, I used to be really good at making cheesecakes. I haven't actually tried to make one since I got a wood stove, because I'm always afraid, you know, the temperature's got to be perfect when you're making it, and I'm always afraid that I'm not going to get it good. So, but maybe I'm going to break myself of that at some point here and try and making one. We'll just see what happens. Anyway, that. Next on my list, we've got Larry, N3PBB. Good to have you again, sir. And how about you? Do you got a favorite holiday food?
Well, at Christmas time there, my wife and my mother-in-law make, there's some kind of a cookie. They call them horseshoe cookies, but they're some kind of a dough with a walnut filling rolled up. And I'm not sure how they're made, but they're good with the powdered sugar that they put on them, but I'm not allowed to eat too many of them anymore there. With the type 2 diabetes there, I can get away with one or two, but not as many as I used to eat. So everyone have a nice evening. Back to you there, Emma.
All right, very good. Well, thank you, Larry, again for being here tonight. Appreciate you, man. And that rounds out the list as I have it. This is K8PBL with the Wednesday Night Jokenet. Is there anybody else that would like to check in, or anybody that would like to recheck? Please call. All right, nothing heard. I'm going to go ahead and put a bow on it. It is holiday time. Bows are appropriate. I'd like to thank all of you guys for being here tonight, and gals, including the ones listening on scanners and across the internet there. I'd like to thank Tom, NHCT, for the use of the repeater every Wednesday night here at 8 p.m. Appreciate you, and all those currently serving and retired from service to this country. Your services will not be forgotten. This is K8PBL. I'm going to return the repeater back over to normal amateur radio use, whatever that could be. Be good to each other, everybody. K8PBL clear.